mean, a bit of a morbid question, but I hope not, obviously. But I accept that, you know, choices have consequences. So, you know, potentially if I've shortened my life a little bit because of maybe the size that I was at one point or things like that, I know I'm probably going to have a lot of knee problems and back problems and things like that when I'm older, but at the end of the day, I've lived my life exactly as I wanted to, and if I drop dead tomorrow, I'd be happy with everything that I've done with my life. So yeah, I can't complain. I would advise you to go and see a doctor that specialises in testosterone replacement therapy. Yeah, someone that actually knows what they're talking about and can test your blood and see where your levels are at and everything and see what you need to do. Brian, Mitchell and Tom. Don't know what order in though. That's my thoughts at the moment. I think that they've not been around long enough for people to do proper research on them. So I think it's a little bit of a risk. But, you know, some people think the reward is worth the risk, so I can understand that. I suppose we don't know the long-term side effects, at least with other performance-enhancing drugs. They've been around a long time and you know the side effects that you could potentially come across later on. Whereas with SARMs, they've not been around long enough to have done that sort of extensive testing. So I do think it's a risk. But, you know, it's everyone's own body and their own choice and they can do what they want. And just not something I don't think I would sort of go down the route of personally. I mean, I always feel like I get more growth doing multiple sets. And see, so when I'm setting out my sets, say I'm doing 3 sets of 10, I would always sort of be, that final set would be pretty much failure. So the second to last set would be near failure, very near. So, you know, it's not like I'm just doing 3 sets of 10 and they're all easy. I would always want, even my clients and everyone, to where that final set is to failure. Or very, very, very close to it. So it has the same effect of that one set to failure, but also increasing the volume and the amount of blood in the muscle and things like that, and getting more of a pump, which then stretches the fascia of the muscle, which can then help it grow faster and things like that. So I personally think multiple sets is better, but there is more than one way to skin a cat. And obviously there's been people that have been extremely successful doing one hard set to failure. Dorian Yates, for example, is the prime example. So yes, it works for some people. Personally, don't feel it works for me that well. Plus also the load has to be a lot higher for me to do that one set, which then in turn obviously that puts the risk of injury much higher, which, you know, at an older age like I am and the way my body is and the abuse I've put it through over the years, I need to be as safe as possible. And I think sort of going down that route of chasing a pump and volume is better than pushing super heavy for one set.